Big conversations happening here. Shopping online for home decor can be tricky. So Shai's back to help you avoid a designer disaster. You know, you speak from experience because we've all been in this situation where we've wanted to buy certain things and then it shows up and we're like, what happened?
Yeah, exactly.
So let's start with tip number one.
So location, location, location. So where are you buying these products from? Are they coming from local? Are they coming from overseas? It's really important to know because what we understand certain terms to be locally are completely different overseas. So if we say solid wood, here in North America, that might mean a certain percentage of the wood has to be solid in order to be called solid wood, whereas overseas it might be completely different. It could be a lower percentage or maybe not percentage at all.
Right.
So that's really important.
Okay. Let's talk about how size, okay, of an area. What do you need to be aware of?
So it's really about measuring, especially when you're ordering bigger pieces, right? So imagine ordering, you know, your sofa, and of course people will always measure their width and their depth and their height sometimes. Sometimes they forget that as well. But let's pull up actually a floor plan right now and look at the floor plan because it's not only about the width and the height and the depth, it's about stairs, guys. So getting it into certain areas. How are you getting it into that room? Once it's in the room, great, but how do you get it into that room?
Yes.
So it's corners, and you got to be really cautious of landings and how tight are the corners. Are the pieces modular? Do they come apart? By the way, I had this happen to me a couple years ago. So we were designing this beautiful rooftop terrace for a client, and they had a very narrow staircase. And we brought in this beautiful, very heavy, very high-end teak outdoor set. And we could not get it up the stairs. And my clients were in Peru, and they didn't care. They were like, they were coming back. It had to be done. I didn't know what to do. So luckily, we have a picture of it here. So luckily, I was able to find a crane that was working next door, and I went downstairs and, you know, slipped him a little something. I was like, listen, I was like, do you mind? And we had no permits, we had nothing, and he was nice enough. They scaled it up the side of the roof, up the side of the building, and brought it up.
So I'm looking at this picture and I'm like, oh, it's a construction project happening. He says, no, that's the crane I used to get the furniture up to the top. So this is really interesting when you're thinking about things like king-size mattresses. I mean, they're not that bendy, so you really do have to have a measurement for how your hallways and your stairs work. So you don't want to have to bribe the crane guy.
Don't want to do that.
No, not if you don't have to. Let's talk about the plan.
So have a plan. Definitely have a plan. What are the lead times for certain things? Are we designing now because we're having family come over? There's no bed. There's no sofa. Make sure you plan in advance.
Okay, always do that. There's a reason why you're also going to want to see things sometimes in real life.
Yes, samples. So guys, sample, sample, sample. So we have a picture here. A client of mine ordered a sofa that she saw online, and it was a fantastic, beautiful sofa. She sent me the picture. I'm like, it's gorgeous.
Lovely.
Beautiful, right? Navy. It came in this. So you saw the picture online, and it was that beautiful navy, and this is what it arrived in. And the reason is because sometimes things read completely different online, and sometimes they just have pictures for an image to have a picture of what the sofa is, not necessarily what the fabric is. So always ask for samples.
Okay, all right. You never know how your monitor is showing things. It could be art, it could be a sofa, it could be a wallpaper. You don't know what that exact shade is going to be.
Always ask for samples. And the other thing is don't rush, okay? You want to take your time, and what I like to tell clients to do is we do this as designers, create mood boards. So a mood board is you're going to put your pictures of all your things on there, your fabric samples, see how it all works together, because if you can stand back and kind of look at the mood board together, you can kind of get a visual of what the entire room will look like coming together rather than being piecey about it.
Okay, also, you know what, you want to keep your eyes on more than one site when you're looking for your items, right?
100%. Don't shop all at one place. You want to really kind of look around. And in interior design, we're really stepping away from sets now anyway. So, you know, it's really about shopping around and doing it in a timely fashion.
Good tips.